Unatamın men seni degenmenen Көрмегенде басқадан сенен көрем Өз обалың өзіңе өзіңнен көр Ғайып болсам бір күні егер деме
Right from its opening note, this tune enchanted its audience and became the anthem for young people in the 1980s. The campus of Kazakh National University was especially alive with the songs of Tabalda Dosamov. Many fond memories start with the phrase when the very first Kazakh bard poet lived in dormitory number 5. This campus, where the finest education and deepest feelings intertwined, holds a special charm. It is steeped in mystery and rich history. Let's embark on our journey to Al-Farabi Kazakh National University. It's impossible to talk about Kaznu without feeling a deep connection. This place has become a cherished part of Almaty. Originally, it was a unique natural haven, expansive green fields, rustling groves, and gentle winds. On the western hillside blooms the botanical garden, vibrant with flowers. The gentle rains that caressed the campus inspired many poets. Time has passed. Seasons have changed. Today the campus has flourished, expanding its facilities and making numerous improvements to provide students with education that meets international standards. In 1934, Kazakhstan saw the establishment of its first higher education institution, the Kazakh State University. The university's early days unfolded in a modest building on what was then Sovetskaya Street, now known as Tolebi Street. Initially, only 54 students were admitted. This marked the dawn of a new era in the country's education and science. By the 1970s, the university had grown significantly, creating the need for a new campus. The plans for this university campus began taking shape in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The idea that Kazakhstan needed such a university, one that would train specialists at a high standard, originated around 1966. That year, Dinmuhamed Ahmetullah Kunaev, the first leader of the republic, issued a special decree. This decree approved the construction of the Kaznu campus, including its academic buildings and facilities. Thus, in 1971, construction of the university campus began in the southeastern part of Almaty. The visionary behind this unique project was the scholar and academician, then university rector Omirbek Zholdasbekov. He was not only a leader, but also a dreamer, an architect who envisioned creating a campus that would amaze the world and inspire students. During the Soviet era, only one city, Moscow, the capital of the Soviet Union at the time, had a dedicated campus for its university, namely Lomonosov Moscow State University. Before that, none of the 15 Soviet republics had such a campus. The development of this campus and university to such a high level was thanks to Omirbek Zholdasbekov, a remarkable Kazakh citizen. I have never met a scholar, manager, or rector like him before. At the time, the budget could not be allocated without Moscow's approval. Every penny had to be justified. The massive funding for this grand project was secured through persistent effort and determination. Dinmuhamed Kunaev stood firm and convinced Moscow. Building a campus like the one in Moscow in another Soviet republic was unprecedented and seemed unreasonable at the time. Yet Kunaev succeeded. Omirbek Zholdazbekov combined his knowledge and experience to design a unique project. Omirbek Zholdazbekov took inspiration from the University of Guadalajara in Mexico, which had a campus for 30 to 40,000 students. Our architects and planners followed this model. When we enrolled, the campus covered about 80 hectares, mostly gardens and orchards. A great contribution and support came from Dinmuhamed Ahmetullah Konaev. Without Konaev, even if the city had allocated 1 or 2 hectares, we would have been grateful. The 80 hectares were only possible thanks to the patriotism and vision of Omirbek Zholdazbekov and Dinmuhamed Konaev, who cared deeply about their nation and the future of its youth. The document authorizing the start of construction was signed on December 30, 1970. It was a decree from the government of the Republic. The time demanded the construction of a large university complex because university education forms the fundamental basis of all education, not only in our country, but worldwide. However, the actual work on the design and construction began under my leadership. This historic photo shows Omirbek Zholdazbekov presenting the Kaznu campus project to Dinmuhamed Kunaev, first secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Kazakhstan. Many viewed the campus construction with both hope and skepticism. Nevertheless, intense construction work soon commenced.
Растет казахский государственный, поднимаются новые светлые корпуса студенческого Казгуграда.
Thousands of students were mobilized to build the university campus. One of them was Savidkhan Tleubaev, who today serves as a senior lecturer at the Faculty of Philology at Al-Farabi Kazakh National University. Students look back on their days working on the construction site with fondness. The rectorate building was under construction. The foundation of the student palace was being laid. That's how we arrived at the beautiful Kaznu campus, where construction was in full swing. The girls helped with cleaning and assisted the builders in the rectorate and other buildings nearing completion. I remember carrying concrete to the 11th and 12th floors. There were no elevators back then. Being part of such a grand construction, contributing to the foundation and strengthening of the National University, our students formed 10 dedicated groups. Today, if you mention their names, you'll recognize prominent figures: Bakirjan Jumagulov, a respected statesman and minister; Maksat Kalimuldaev, who served as vice minister and headed an academic institute; and Rashid Sarsenov, a well-known philanthropist and billionaire who is a source of pride for the nation. Omirbek Zholdazbekov was the guiding force behind all this. The campus, constructed by the young generation of the past and nurtured by today's elders, has grown and evolved. Witnessing its transformation, one realizes that the monumental project entrusted by Konaev and Zholdazbekov became a symbol of national education and the spirit of youth. The campus architecture blends Soviet modernism with national characteristics typical of that era. It includes 4 main zones: academic and production, sports, residential, and administrative. The centerpiece is the 75-meter-high rectorate building.
15 қабат
The rectorate building stands 15 stories tall and has withstood the test of time well, thankfully. Although its exterior began to deteriorate, recent restoration efforts by our leaders have revived it. It remains a fine structure. Around it are 2 rows of 4-story academic buildings. The campus was thoughtfully situated in one of the city's most beautiful and comfortable locations, a clean, green area with fresh air and a view of the mountains. Currently, the Kaznu campus comprises 13 academic buildings, 15 dormitories, the Omirbek Zholdasbekov Student Palace, a sports complex, and a research library. The total educational space spans 165,000 square meters. Observing the buildings, one can appreciate the architectural harmony that bridges past and present. This esteemed institution, regarded as a cornerstone of knowledge, has produced numerous distinguished graduates. Many renowned Kazakh intellectuals and educators, including Zeynullah Kabdolov, Abish Kekilbayev, Mukhtar Magawin, Dulat Isabekov, Kadir Mirza Ali, and Tumanbay Moldagaliyev, have left a lasting legacy here, enriching the National University's heritage. Kaznu has always been, by its nature, essence and spirit, the most sacred and revered institution of higher education for Kazakhs. In 2023, the second phase of construction at the Kaznu campus began. The main goal is to build new academic buildings, laboratories, and dormitories. In 2022, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev approved the campus development plan. While adapting to modern demands, the campus will retain its historic appearance and architectural integrity. According to the project, several buildings will be renovated, including the student palace, the sports complex, and the swimming pool. Additionally, 8 new academic buildings will be constructed, along with housing for faculty and dormitories. The plan also includes building an IT hub, a clinic, and a technopark, large-scale facilities designed to meet modern needs. This place is not only a center of knowledge and research, but also a cradle of friendship, love, creativity, and inspiration. Here, past and present, science and spirituality, art and example harmoniously unite. The Kaznu campus is the intellectual heart of our nation.